What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today I am going to review Lanterns episode 1 and episode 2. This show is incredible so far. I think this is one of, if not the best project from the DCU so far. I love how much lore and I love how much mythology they're introducing to the DC universe with this show. By the way, guys, this video will have spoilers, and if you enjoy this type of video, please subscribe, like, and share this video. And yeah, for me, I love this show. I love that they're taking a different approach to introduce the Lantern Corps to the DCU. Um, I love how if this show focuses on my two favorite Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan. Um, and these two guys that play John Stewart and Hal Jordan, Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan, and Aaron Pierre as John Stewart, were born to play these two roles. That's my opinion, but I think these two guys were born to play these two roles. Um, so basically the the plot is Hal is being forced to train his replacement, John Stewart. Hal's been Green Lantern for a very, 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 very long time, and he likes being Green Lantern, but he's in the two points of time where the show mainly takes place, which is um 2016 and 2026. Hal has been Green Lantern for a very, very, very long time. But the thing about this show is it jumps all over the place in time periods, right? In 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 a very unique and very clever way. Like the first episode, the first scene of the first episode starts off in 1996, right? And we find out that Hal Jordan has been Green Lantern for 10 years prior to 1996. And then we we time jump again to 2016, and Hal and um John meets Hal's um subconscious in the ring, like a hologram of Hal Jordan when he was younger, from 2006. And the hologram of Hal Jordan tells John that um, Hale is in Rushville, which Hale is a code word for aliens in Rushville. Aliens are in Rushville. Then John and Hal go to Rushville to investigate Rushville because Hal thinks there's aliens there. And John and Hal eventually find out that there is aliens there. And, um, and episode 2, we've only got the first 2 episodes so far. Episode 2, um, how John and Carrie, the sheriff, um, Carrie doesn't know what alien they're hunting. John and Hal are hunting, but John and Hal find out that they're hunting a manhunter, right? And Hal's been very suspicious of Rushville, Nebraska, since he became a Green Lantern, because he thinks somebody killed Avon Sur, and that's how he got the ring, right? And it turns out that the Guardians wanted nothing to do with Earth before Hal Jordan became Green Lantern. And we also have more of um, more groups of aliens hunting this manhunter. Um, in episode 2, John gets kidnapped by um, by Anton and Anton's men. Anton is an alien that I think is Atrocitus. Now, if you don't know who Atrocitus is, Atrocitus is the leader of the Red Lanterns, and um, he wants revenge on the Guardians and the Green Lanterns because but mainly the Guardians, because the Guardians are the ones that created the Manhunters. So then, um, so Anton gives John a um a he gives John a like explainer about who the Manhunters are, because in the 2016 storyline and in the 2016 point in time that this show focuses on, right? Because it focuses on 2 points of time, 1 point of time in 2026, and that's one storyline, and 1 point of time and one storyline in 2016. In the 2016 storyline, John is being trained by Hal. He's done a lot in his life, and in um he's been in training to be a Green Lantern since he was born, right? Because the Guardians have picked him since he was born to be the new Green Lantern. But he's still new to being a Green Lantern, right? Like so he's still learning, right? And um and yeah, so and in the 2026 storyline, which we haven't seen much of the 2026 storyline yet, but the 2026 storyline, Hal Jordan is dead. John has to go and investigate if Hal is actually dead, and he has to go find Hal's ring, which is supposed to be John's ring when Hal passes away, right? So he has to find the ring that's missing in 2026 that Hal doesn't have, and when Hal dies, and he has to figure out, is Hal Jordan actually dead, and if Hal Jordan is actually dead, who killed Hal Jordan, right? So he has to find that out in 2026. And in the 2026 timeline and in the 2026 storyline, um, John Stewart's had 10 years of being trained as a lantern. So he doesn't have the ring yet, but he has 10 years of being trained by Hal Jordan. In 2016, we find out that they've only been training together for 2 months so far, right? Um, and then also in episode 2, they really up the stakes because Anton and his group of aliens are like, if you can't find the Manhunter in 48 hours, we're gonna come to Rushville and we are gonna find the Manhunter. And you won't like the way we go about finding the Manhunter. And John's like, I get it, right? And then John tells Hal all this information, right? About how Anton um, kidnapped him and gave him a Manhunter explainer and stuff like that. And um, John realizes, even though John doesn't really trust Hal, right? Because Hal hasn't really been training him. He's been training him, but he has been training him in like the Hal Jordan type of way. Like, because this is an older Hal Jordan that's more grizzled and more grumpy's not the right word, but um, more, um, more experienced, right? But he doesn't want to give up his title of being a Green Lantern, right? And, you can still see that tension, or you can feel the tension between Hal and John, because there's multiple Green Lanterns, and they all do the job of being a Green Lantern very differently. So I'm very interested to see if they're gonna learn to respect each other. And then, you have Sheriff Carey, who wants the Green Lanterns out of her town, but her and Hal in episode 2 come to an understanding because she realizes that in order to find out what the Macon family are doing, and she needs Hal's help, right? And Hal needs her help because Hal literally gets shot by a sniper in in um um in episode 2, right? And um who's the manhunter? Is it Zoe, William Macon's wife, who John's had sex with? Or is it William? Or is it Carrie's husband? Or is it um or or is it um or is it somebody else? I don't think it's Carrie that's the manhunter, because we find out in episode 2 that she was I'm assuming she was a police officer in Gotham, right? Because in Gotham, she's like, she says to John, she says to Hal Jordan, "I was from Gotham," and and Hal Jordan asks her, "Why'd you move to um Rushville?" And she's just like, "On a whim." I think she knows who Jim Gordon is. That's just my theory, but I think Jim Gordon was a mentor to her in Gotham, right? Um, and yeah, like, and Hal and Carrie's dynamic is kind of like, they kind of hate each other, they kind of don't. And Hal is being very flirty with Carrie, because Carrie doesn't like being married to um, Willie Macon and being involved with the Macon family. She's kind of scared of William Macon, um, her father-in-law, right? Because William Macon is a, let's just say, a um, kind of a conspiracy theorist, slash, he wants to make sure that aliens don't come to Rushville, and he wants to, like, this guy lives on a ranch with a militia of guys that like, have a whole ton of, like, different guns and stuff like that. And um and William Macon has a secret boss that they haven't revealed yet, which I think the secret boss that Macon is working for is Luthor Corp, or another alien organization that we haven't seen in the DCU, um, or another organization that we haven't seen in the DCU yet, right? The reason why I think it's Luthor Corp is the Luthor family doesn't like aliens, and we know that from Superman. And who would have the funds and the means to get the technology? Luthor Corp, that is in Rushville, because we also find out that Rushville um um has alien life form detectors all over town. And Carrie didn't tell Hal about it. She just wants the Green Lantern. Like, originally, when she first meets Hal and John, she wants the Green Lanterns out of her town, right? So she doesn't tell Hal that they have alien life form detectors. And Hal's like, "You said this wasn't my jurisdiction." It absolutely is my jurisdiction, because I'm a Green Lantern and this is alien related. So, um, that's the 2016 storyline. And then the 2026 storyline, which again we haven't seen much of yet. Um, John has to find out who killed Hal Jordan, if Hal Jordan's actually dead, and um and who has John's ring, right? Right, John and Hal's ring. Um, and yeah, like, for me, the performances in this show are incredible. The writing is incredible. Again, I love how much lore and how much world building they're they're building into the DCU with this show. Um, I love how they show how experienced of a Green Lantern that Hal Jordan's been, right? I love how they show how much of a experienced Lantern that Hal Jordan is, and um, I love how they show even without the ring, both of these guys are still heroes, right? They're still gonna get the job done even without the ring. Like when John Stewart gets kidnapped, he doesn't just be like, "Okay, I'm kidnapped now," right? He puts up a fight and 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 puts up a really good fight. And when Hal Jordan has to investigate Rushville with no ring because he forgot the charger and he sent John back to Coast City to go get the ring battery, which is the Green Lantern ring charger, right? He sent John to go back and get it. When he doesn't have the ring, he's still investigating and he's still finding a way to get what he needs and 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 continue the investigation. So yeah, again, if you guys haven't started watching this show, I would strongly, strongly, strongly recommend you do. Oh yes, and in episode 2, we meet at the very end of episode 2. We meet Sinestro because Hal needs information about the Manhunters. But Sinestro already knows about John Stewart, and he's like, um, the Manhunters are the second biggest threat you will ever have faced as a Green Lantern, Hal. And um he goes, Sinestro goes, tell me about John Stewart. Right? Sinestro and Hal are the one of the most complicated rivalries in comic books because Sinestro and Hal started off as very, 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 very close friends before Sinestro turned bad, right? And in some ways, Sinestro was right about what the Guardians are hiding, right? Like, I don't know if they're gonna do Blackest Night in this show. I think they will do Blackest Night, which is a Green Lantern story, um, arc, which is a Green Lantern story arc. But I don't know if they'll start to set those seeds up in this show. But yeah, so yeah, like those, like I think the performances are incredible. I think the acting is incredible. I think the mystery of this show is incredible. I think the world building and all the lore that they're putting into this DCU is incredible through this show. I love all the characters, especially Hal and John. I think these two actors, Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan and Aaron Pierre as John Stewart, were born to play these two characters. Um, and yeah, like this show is really, really, really good. If the episodes continue to be this good, I think this is gonna end up being one of the best superhero shows of all time, in my opinion. So yeah, thank you so much for all your support, and I hope you have a great day, and God bless you guys.